Morning.
Morning.
I welcome this opportunity again to explain the circumstances that occurred recently in our life, which again give us reason to thank God and really show that miracles do happen. Late last year, Linda, my wife, had a growth on the right side of her face that was causing discomfort. We went to the doctor referred us to a cancer team specialist in the local hospital. They couldn't get any positive results either way from a biopsy, but because there was discomfort, they suggested that we go ahead with the removal. So Linda went in for an operation about 9 weeks ago. We were told initially it would last 1 to 1.5 hours, and that she would be able to leave the same day. As it turned out, the operation was 3.5 hours and she had to stay in overnight. I took that as a good sign because I thought, well, that's cleared it up. But there was a meeting with the specialist after the operation, and we were given 3 bits of advice from that. Firstly, we were told that the material that had been removed had been examined and it was malignant tumour, so therefore it was cancerous. The second bit of news was that not all of the tumour could be physically removed because there were a layer of nerve cells which, if affected or damaged, could have permanently paralysed Linda's face. So he made the decision as a surgeon not to proceed that far. And then the third bit of news was that they looked at the removed material, they couldn't find the primary cancer cells. So taking that all on board, the opinion of the cancer specialist, who was the surgeon who carried out the operation, was that in his experience it would need radiotherapy at least, and it would take 4 months. There was a possibility it would be solved, but that's the minimum that was required. So this was about 9 weeks ago. We brought that news back to some people within the church who prayed for Linda's recovery, and then he did explain to us that Linda would need to take 2 scans. The reason for that was that they needed to establish the force of the radiotherapy treatments, the concentration, and also the duration. So again, we brought that news back to the congregation. And then Linda came up to the front a few weeks ago, and Rochelle prayed for God to intervene and to bring about a recovery. We then had the meeting again with the specialist cancer person after the results of these scans, and when we went to that meeting, which was in the afternoon, we knew that the cancer team had considered the results of the scans that morning in order to decide what treatment plan Linda would require. When we went to the meeting in the afternoon, the same cancer person just explained that there was no treatment necessary, there was no cancer. So, 3 weeks ago, but it still leaves you with a feeling of buzz that, God works. God works, and we praise Him for everything He can do. Just ask.
Every time you hear an amazing account of what he does, it's like an invitation comes through our door.